Hi, I'm Deborah Cooney and you're watching Wellness Rocks TV. Today I'm going to be talking to you about nature's #1 weight loss and high energy food. And you're going to just fall off your chairs and I tell you what it is. It's actually chocolate, or raw chocolate to be more precise. It's called cacao and it's spelled C-A-C-A-O. Now, I'm really excited to be talking to you about cacao because since I discovered it, I've looked at chocolate completely different. Now, I'm not saying I never go for an old bar of chocolate when I'm out. Sometimes I do, I'm human. But the majority of the time I use cacao. It is phenomenal. Just going to give you a little bit of a rundown with it. It was called the food of the gods. That's what it was known as in ancient times. And the Aztecs and Mayans would have used it as their main currency. Even though they had access to gold, cacao was their main currency because it was just so valuable. The Spanish brought cacao to Europe, and the Europeans didn't like the bitter taste of cacao, so they decided to add refined cane sugar to it. Now, we all know the downfall of sugar. Firstly, it is one of the most addictive substances on the planet. It's so addictive. It also, when we eat it, it extracts minerals from the body. So we lose a lot of mineral content with it. It is very dehydrating, and it also is responsible for blood sugar disorders, mainly type 2 diabetes. When you add sugar to this beautiful, amazing substance, the cacao will lose its medicinal qualities. So it is very medicinal, and I will tell you this later, it's good for so many things, but when you add sugar to it, it just does away with all that. In 1879, Nestle developed the first bar of milk chocolate, and the rest is history. That's what we're eating today, and people will say to us, but you know, chocolate is very good for you. It is in its raw form, not in the bars that we buy in the supermarket or in our shops. Now, and I also know that people would say that, you know, the higher percentage of cacao or cocoa in, you know, 80% cocoa, oh, they're very good. But I would be asking the question, what kind of oils did they use? What other chemicals are in there? Did they really heat the cacao? You know, was it cooked at a high temperature in production? Because that would mean that their medicinal qualities are gone. So just be aware, and just want to bring your awareness to it. From the point of the addictive side of sugar, about a year and a half ago, I did a 21-day cleanse or a 21-day detox. And before that, I used to be always telling people how addicted I was to chocolate, how much I loved it. And I genuinely was. I absolutely adored it. During that 21-day cleanse, I realised that actually it was the sugar I was craving, not the chocolate, because I could use cacao in the cleanse. So I wasn't craving it, it was the sugar. I had a really serious sugar addiction. So just watch out for that. So cacao is absolutely packed to the hilt with magnesium. A lot of people are deficient in magnesium, and magnesium is vital for so many different bodily functions. So it supports the heart, it also increases brain function, it helps with bowel movement, it helps to relax menstrual cramping, and it relaxes the muscles and the nervous system, and it also helps to build strong bones. That's with just magnesium on its own. It's also high in iron, which is a great blood builder, high in zinc, which helps to support the skin, the pancreas, the liver and the immune system, and also high in chromium, which helps to balance out the blood sugar levels. Raw cacao also contains omega-6 fatty acids, and when the cacao is heated, the omega-6s turn rancid, or they turn into trans fats, and we all know trans fats have been linked to many different types of cancers. And finally, cacao has the highest concentration of antioxidants of any food on the planet, like way more than any other food. So it is just so beneficial to the body, but only in its raw form, not in its cooked form. Now, I would use it in many different ways. I obviously use it in lots of desserts. I make lots of raw desserts with it. I put it into my smoothies. You could pop a little bit into yogurt, or you could put it into porridge, make chocolate porridge. I do chocolate chia pudding. But what I'm going to do for you is next week, I'm going to teach you, or I'm going to give you a recipe for natural Nutella or natural chocolate spread. And this chocolate spread is made with the finest of ingredients. It is so good for you. I didn't want to give you all this information and not show you how to use it. So I said, oh, go on, next week I'll do the recipe. So when you're giving yourself or your child for that matter some bread or some pancakes with natural Nutella on it, you are feeding the cells in their body. You are giving them good food. You don't have to have any kind of a guilty conscience about giving it to them or worrying about it. The fats are going to be fantastic. You've got all the benefits of this. It's just amazing. So next week, watch out for your video in your inbox, because that's what we're covering. Natural Nutella. So as usual, please keep the comments and keep sharing. And if you're not receiving the videos, just pop your details into the box below. I will talk to you next week, armed with recipes. Take care. Talk to you then.